Hello, I'm Amy Blaylock. Welcome to City Hall this week. The Durham Convention and Visitors Bureau plays an important behind-the-scenes role in Durham's economy. But do you really know who they are and what they do? President and CEO Shelly Green's presentation to the City Council during its January 23rd work session explained just that.
The Durham Convention and Visitors Bureau is our way of attracting and serving visitors to Durham. And I guess probably the best way to explain it is we're trying to get Durham on the brain, so that if you're sitting in Wilmington or in Minnesota and you're thinking about either a weekend getaway or someplace to go that you've never been before, we want Durham to come up in that list for consideration. So most of the activities that we do are either ones that get Durham on the brain, or they're activities that help Durham visitors while they're here in the city.
Contrary to what many people think, the Bureau does not receive its funding through a portion of the city and county property taxes, but instead through Durham's occupancy tax.
When a visitor stays overnight in a hotel in Durham, there's a 6% occupancy tax that is collected. And 1/3 of that, or 2 of the 6 cents, goes to DCVB to fund marketing and promotion.
Services that benefit both residents and visitors alike.
We publish the community calendar, so that's at durhameventcalendar.com. There's about 4,000 different events that are held in Durham. We run the website durham-nc.com. And it's a very robust site of about 900 pages of information about Durham, everything that you wanted to know. And that's particularly helpful for residents who have friends and family that are visiting. We also have a group sales area that invites conventions and meetings and different kinds of groups to come to Durham. So if you're part of an association or a club or something like that and you'd like to have them meet in Durham, we can provide all of the services that you need, from helping you to find a meeting space, hotel rooms, and any kind of services that you need. So those are just a few of the services that we provide.
One of the ways those efforts have paid off recently was last year's naming of Durham as the tastiest town in the South by Southern Living magazine. Just one of the many accolades the Bureau credits with bringing more people to Durham, whether for a day trip or overnight.
We had 9 million visitors that came to Durham in 2012. That's the most recent data that we have. So there's some significant number of people that are traveling here.
In order to build on that success, the Bureau has identified its goals for the next 3 years.
So the next 3 years are a little bit different picture. We're coming out of the economic recession and we're going into a more pleasing economic climate that we believe that more people will be able to travel again, more overnight visitors. So we're certainly focusing on them. We're focusing on a couple of key market segments. Leading edge baby boomers. These are people that have money. They're thinking about retiring, but they don't think they're old. So they have a lot of money to spend and they love what Durham has to offer. It's a very cultural community. We're looking at the LGBT community. We're also looking at Generation Next, which is kind of a younger audience that we're trying to appeal to now.
For more information about the Durham Convention and Visitors Bureau, visit durham-nc.com. If you want to know how the city overall is faring, be sure and mark your calendars for Mayor Bill Bell's annual State of the City address. Mayor Bell will look back at what the city accomplished over the past year and what its goals are for 2014 just before the February 3rd City Council meeting. If you can't attend the meeting in person, the mayor's address will be available on DTV8's webpage and on YouTube. The funding to help support many of those goals is expected to be considered in at least some way in the development of the 2014-2015 city budget. But city leaders also want to hear your feedback on what you think should be included in next year's spending plan. That's why you're invited to attend this year's second Coffee with Council session, which will be held on Monday, February 10th from 6 until 8 p.m. at the Durham Public Schools Resource Center. The meeting will give residents the chance to provide direct feedback to City Council members on budget priorities for next year. If you can't attend on February 10th but would like to make sure your voice is heard, a complete list of all the upcoming Coffee with Council sessions is available at durhamnc.gov. The city's transportation department is continuing to study the impact of imposing a parking fee for a public lot on 9th Street. The department had presented the city council with a proposed agreement that would allow it to lease a 46-space surface parking lot at a monthly rate of $6,800. A fee of $1 per hour to park in the lot was included in the proposed agreement. The council sent the proposal back to the transportation department after business owners expressed concern that paid parking would adversely affect the 9th Street shopping area. The proposal also included a 2-hour time limit for on-street parking. A decision on the proposed changes won't be made before mid-February. Food trucks and sledding make for the perfect Durham kind of day. We'll show you how these two were able to go hand in hand when City Hall This Week continues. Welcome back. Now that the cold temperatures seem to be here to stay for a while, the fire department is offering these winter safety reminders to help prevent fires and other unsafe conditions. Make sure space heaters are at least 3 feet away from anything that can burn. Have the chimney inspected and cleaned if necessary. If you have a fire in the fireplace, make sure it's out before you go to sleep. Discard hot ashes in a metal container outside and well away from any houses. Be sure every level of your home has a working smoke alarm. Plan and practice a home escape plan with the entire family. And if you have gas appliances, a fireplace, or an attached garage, make sure you have a working carbon monoxide alarm. If you need a smoke alarm or have additional fire safety questions, call 919-560-4233, extension 19242. And finally, what more can you ask for than the combination of food trucks and sledding? Durham's annual food truck rodeo was held on January 26th at Durham Central Park. 45 of the Triangle's most popular food trucks were on hand, as well as snow for sledding, courtesy of the city's Parks and Recreation Department. Needless to say that between the great food and wintry fun, the event was a hit for kids and foodies of all ages. That does it for City Hall This Week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And you can find us on demand on GTV8's webpage and on YouTube. I'm Amy Blaylock. Thank you for joining us.